As a part of this particular session, we are going to discuss about writing bibliometric analysis research paper by using Biblioshiny software. In order to write bibliometric analysis papers, we have different types of softwares. We have it, Voice Viewer, Biblioshiny, and there are number of options are available, and most of the softwares are free and open source softwares. Among the existing softwares, we have Voice Viewer. One can use it for doing data visualizations. Whereas when it comes to Biblioshiny, in addition to data visualizations, in addition to networking analysis, one can also prepare various tables, charts, graphs with the help of Biblioshiny software. As a part of today's session, I'm going to talk about what is bibliometric analysis. And we are also going to look at a couple of research papers, how various scholars are publishing research papers by using Biblioshiny software. To talk about it, how one can frame the research questions, how one can write a research methodology paper, what are the options are available for writing bibliometrics research papers, and what is the structure of the paper that we are going to discuss step by step. And if you all, those are working along with me, if some of you are practicing along with me, we are also going to have hands-on training on Biblioshiny app. It's not that I'm only going to discuss. Along with me, I'm expecting that some of you, at least, those are using PC, laptop, those are installed it Biblioshiny. I request all of you to please start working along with me. Okay, then only one can able to practice it, one can able to learn it easily. Okay, coming to the bibliometrics, as you can look at here, this particular definition, bibliometrics is the statistical analysis of bibliographic data, commonly focusing on citation analysis of research outputs, publications. It can be books, it can be journals, it can be articles. Basically, you're trying to deal with the metadata. What is meant by metadata? As you can look at this particular slide, there are two scholars published. Title of the paper is Bibliometrix, an R tool for comprehensive science mapping analysis. Now, this particular metadata is giving us the information about what is the title of the paper, who are the scholars, from which institutions they are coming at, what are the keywords given by the scholars, and what are the overall keywords we have in the title and abstract in this particular article, what is the name of the journal, and in addition to that, we can also see the publisher, who is the publisher, name of the journal, name of the publisher. In addition to that, we can also get it how many people cited this particular article, how many people cited this particular article, and what is the annual productivity of this particular author, what is the annual productivity of this particular two authors, from which country they belongs to, what kind of co-authorship they have it. So we're not only going to look at one article, bibliographic data of one article, two articles, we are going to look at thousands of articles. I will start understanding who are the scholars, who are the top 10 scholars in this particular domain. Take any domain, whether it is a law, whether it is a social science, whether it is humanities, whether it is management, even if you take particular concept, one can able to understand once we complete writing bibliometric analysis paper, one can able to understand who are the top 10 scholars, which are the top 10 countries, which are the top 10 universities. It can be 10, it can be 20, it can be 5. So it depends on the interest of the researcher. One can able to come up with some outputs about the particular area, particular research topic. One can able to do that. Okay. As I mentioned earlier, systematic literature review basically deals with the content of the paper, whereas when it comes to bibliometric analysis, it is going to deal with the bibliographic data. That is nothing but metadata, right? Now, basically, we are trying to quantify. We are going to present certain statistics like frequencies or like tables, charts, data visualization tools. One can able to present it. We also, as I mentioned it, we have Voice Viewer is the tool that is mainly meant for designing data visualization tools like network visualization, overlay visualization, density visualization. As a part of this particular session today, we are going to discuss about Bibliometrix. Bibliometrix, it is another name of Biblioshiny. Bibliometrix is an open source tool for quantitative research in scientometrics and bibliometrics that includes all the main bibliometric methods of analysis. So we are going to use the help of with the help of Biblioshiny, that is with the help of Bibliometrix open source software. We are going to understand how one can write bibliometric research paper. Biblioshiny, a shiny web app, Bibliometrix has become very easy to use even for those who have no coding skills. Though Biblioshiny is a part of the R software, the moment I say R, generally people think, sir, I'm not coming from science background. I'm not coming from language background. I'm not coming from coding background. It's not required to learn coding. Only 2 or 3 steps are required to how one can use the Biblioshiny. So we're going to use Biblioshiny app as a part of today's session. With the help of Biblioshiny, if you want to use Biblioshiny, one can get the data from Scopus, Cochrane library, Cochrane, lens.org, Web of Science, PubMed, Dimensions, OpenLX. So these are some of the data bases bibliometric software supports. Before discussing further, if you just look at it, one of the website that is PubMed is one database. Like similarly, we have Scopus. Similarly, we have Web of Science. There are nearly 40, 50 databases we have it. If we take one database, name of the database is PubMed. On average, we can able to see 10,000 updates in every day. For every 30 seconds, one can able to see thousands of updates. I'm talking about only one database. In that case, we have 30, 40 databases. How many updates are coming up? Here, update means people like you, people like us, people are adding, contributing knowledge. It can be good quality, it can be average quality, whatever the may be. People are publishing it. Thousands of scholars on a daily basis, there people are publishing it. Now, especially when it comes to healthcare practitioners, when it comes to policymakers, or in general, any social science management scholar, if they want to take any decision or if they want to learn particular subject, having lakhs of articles and going through each and every article is not easy, right? It is impossible for humans alone to process all the complex information that is potentially available to them for the advancement of scientific research. But with the help of voice viewer, with the help of Biblioshiny, one can able to get the information and one can able to present it various charts, various graphs by looking at the glance, by looking at the particular graph or chart, by just looking at small glance, one can able to understand what researcher wanted to convey it, what kind of information is existing it, what kind of research is existing here. So today we are all meeting here because of Professor Nies Jan. He is a scholar. He is from Leiden University. He developed the voice viewer. Later on, there are a couple of other softwares. So one has to say thanks to Nies Jan. He's the person developed the voice viewer software. Okay. Later on, one can able to see the updates while working on bibliometric analysis papers, bibliometric research papers. There are so many number of softwares are available right now. So initial contribution came from Nies Jan. He's from Leiden University. Okay. Now coming to the Biblioshiny, or you can call it as a Biblioshiny, or you can also call it as a Bibliometrix. It is an art tool for complex analysis. As you can see here, as some of you might have, as I given you some instructions, how to install the Biblioshiny app. Those who installed successfully, you might have seen an article name. It was an article name that is Bibliometrix, an art tool for comprehensive science mapping. It was published in Journal of Informatics. This particular article gives complete information about how one can use a Bibliometrix app or Biblioshiny app for conducting bibliometric research paper. Okay. It was programmed in R language. It is very flexible, and one can integrate this particular software with other statistical and graphical packages as well. Right. The best part of this particular R software is it is open and free source software. It is compatible with various other tools. One can able to integrate this particular software with other tools as well. One can able to see huge community because as it is open and free software, people like you, people like us, people started using the open source software, and a huge amount of people started recognizing the value of writing bibliometric analysis papers, and especially as it is one of the easiest way one can write the paper, right? So you can, if you have access to databases, one can sit in your library, you can start writing on paper. And based on the team that you are going to have it, one can able to come up with a good quality paper within a short time, even within a 10 to 30 days. One can able to come up with good research paper with a proper team. And one can also use it awesome graphical capabilities, as R itself is a graphic interface user. One can able to come out with a good number of graphics. Now, before going to further, I just wanted to show you a couple of research papers, which I already shared with you all. I have opened the PDF document. Anybody can say yes, yes. Title of the paper is A Bibliometric Analysis of Current Knowledge Structure and Research Progress Related to Sustainable Furniture Design Systems. As you can see here, it is a bibliometric analysis paper. It's dealing with current knowledge structure. Please remember this particular point. I'll talk about it. Current knowledge structure and research progress related to sustainable furniture design. Based on the research gaps identified by the scholar, based on the research problem, research gaps identified by the scholar, this particular scholar came with two important questions. First one, firstly, given the absence of papers dealing specifically with the bibliometric analysis of sustainable furniture design, the findings of the study are expected to fill the knowledge gap. These outcomes may be relevant to the researchers from various fields, particularly new to the field. Secondly, we investigate the development trends in sustainable furniture design, offering valuable insights to the future. So basically, you're trying to understand what are the trends. For example, if I'm interested in understanding climate change, climate change is not the only research that is emerging right now. It was there from the long time. But I want to understand the trends, how each concept came into emergence, right? Year-wise and publication-wise, journal-wise, contribution-wise, scholar-wise, country-wise. So development trends in a particular domain that you want to operate, okay? Let me take you to the next level. The researcher used for writing this particular paper, not only Bibliometrix, that is Biblioshiny, he also used Voice Viewer, he also used Site Space. So this particular scholar used 3 different softwares for writing one research paper, okay? Though you are going to talk about Biblioshiny right now, but I also wanted to inform you that for writing bibliometric analysis paper, one can use the combination of more than one software. One can use the combination of more than one software as a part of it. Go to the next one. Now, the first paper that we discussed is about particular topic. Okay, we are looking at the trends in a particular topic. There is one way one can write the paper. For example, somebody can tell me what is the most important journal in your domain. You can write the name, like you're coming from social work. What is the name of the journal that you know? If you're coming from management, what is the name of the journal? In case we are coming from law, what is the name of the journal that you know? Anyone, 1 or 2 entries? Please type it. Academy of Management. So this Dr. Neha is coming from management background. Academy of Management. So one of the most popular journal and considered as highly top ranking journal. One of the top ranking journal. Okay. Now I don't know exactly how many years old that particular Academy of Management. Imagine that it is 25 years old. Imagine that it is 25 years old. Now I just want to conduct research on this particular journal, not on particular domain, not on particular research area like sustainable development and food security, innovation and food security, right? Work balance and quality of life. I'm not talking about it. I'm talking about particular journal. So I can also do bibliometric analysis of particular journal. If you look at this particular slide right now, what you're seeing right now here, 40 years of Journal of Business Research. This particular journal completed 40 years. It might be old also, but right now the scholar, at the time of publishing it, the researcher given time frame for 40 years of journal means the researchers like Naveen, Satish Kumar, he is a very popular scholar. Professor Satish is one of the reputed scholar in the area of bibliometric analysis. If somebody wanted to explore his contribution, you can check it out. Okay, he's coming from Department of Management Studies, Malviya National Institute of Technology. I have gone through many of his contributions, really helpful for you. If you're interested, please look at the contribution of Professor Satish Kumar. Okay. Now, 40 years of business management. They have taken the only one journal. They have taken only one journal and they evaluate this particular journal from last 40 years. Who are the scholars? What kind of papers they have published it? What are the areas they have published it? And this particular 40 years, how many citations were there? Okay, let's take for example here. From the year 1973 to 2017, from the year 1973 to 2017, what they have done, total number of publications, we can see here, total number of publications, number of cited publications, total citations, average citations for each publication, average citation for cited publications, H index, G index, M index. So one can able to do it, this kind of analysis, right, with the help of the Biblioshiny, that is Bibliometrics analysis. Further, one can able to prepare maps. What happens is, as you are going to get the data in the form of Excel sheet, one can able to download the data in the form of Excel sheet, and it also presents in the form of tables format as well. So we have certain multiple options how we want to present the data. You can also make changes with the help of Excel sheet. One can able to make beautiful your charts. You can, those are good at Excel. One can able to design nice charts with the features of Excel sheet. Okay. Now here you can look at here, title, total citations, who are the authors, year, citations for year. Okay. Similarly, top authors in this particular from the year 1973 to 2017, who are the top authors? By looking at their publications, looking at their citation wise, one can able to tell, okay, this particular scholar is the top author in this particular journal, right? So they're able to identify around 10 to 15 to 20 top authors who are the continuously, regularly publishing papers, and they're also getting good citations. Okay. Number of authors, publications wise. Okay. Number of contributing authors. Institutions most commonly affiliated with this particular journal. Which are the most universities commonly publishing articles in this particular journal? Okay. Just look at here. University of Valencia from Spain, sorry. They have published how many articles? One can able to see total publications, 87 articles were there from a single university. Okay. Indiana University, we have 37. So one can able to see that number of publications from each university wise. And you can also see the citation wise. H index, G index, M index. Countries most commonly affiliated with this particular journal. You're not only looking at the universities, you're also can able to see from which country they belongs to. Country wise, you're able to see, okay, in this particular journal, as you're looking at the last 40 years, from USA, how many articles were published? 2,775 articles there from USA. From India, is there India? India is not here. Maybe it is not in top 20 countries. One can also prepare the table. One can also prepare the chart, which is not possible in voice viewer. Okay. Most frequently cited journals in the GBR. One thing is here, GBR is a journal. GBR is a journal, name of the journal. Now, we're also talking about most frequently cited journals in GBR. In this particular journal, what are the most frequently cited journals? As some of you might be coming from business and management background, you know, very popular Journal of Marketing, Journal of Business Research. These are the top. Like for example, some of our friend talking about Academy of Management Journal, Academy of Management Review. Okay. Harvard Business Review, ABS rating, total citations, right? Networking analysis. You can also do it networking analysis, country-wise, institution-wise, journal-wise, right? So just take only one journal, and if you have access to Scopus database, one journal is enough to write bibliometric analysis paper, right? Okay. Now look at here, this particular part. I'll skip it. This is the last paper I'm talking about it. Cluster-wise, they're able to identify various clusters, various themes, focusing on the journal content based on the number of articles. Marketing, on marketing, there are total number of publications, 717 publications. Okay. Overview of the six, there are total 6 clusters they are able to identify it. Okay. number of publications in this particular area. So this is a network analysis. By using Jeffy software, one can able to design this kind of software and Jeffy. I hope you are able to see that. Let me take you to the last one. I'm not discussing much, but I just want to show the structure of the paper, like tables, top 20 most cited references, top 20 most cited references based on the number of local citations. I'll be dealing about it. What is a local citation? Okay, so these are the some of the articles. This is called treefold. This is called treefold is a one type of chart. One can able to see the name of the author, theme wise, country wise. One can also see year wise, otherwise. So as for your combination, one can able to see three folds, how it is connected with that. We'll talk about it. We will also design it. So these all one can also design not only in NVIVO, even with the help of Biblioshiny, one can able to design word cloud. Those who are there on the day two or day three yesterday, we have discussed about word cloud, how one can design the word cloud. So one can also use Biblioshiny for designing the word cloud. These are other keywords, how keywords are emerging from the others, from the selected references. Co-occurrence, that is the concepts, how concepts are emerging from the literature. Trends, if you're taking, for example, climate change, what are the trends, how topics are emerging it? I'll be talking about it. We have centrality, we have density wise. One can able to look at this particular chart and can tell right now whether the research that you're doing on it, is it emerging theme? Is it developed theme? Is it a neglected theme? Or is it a basic theme? I'll talk with the help of the data, right? Next. Now, next point here, bibliometric analysis using Biblioshiny, step by step. So we are going to follow 5 steps for writing bibliometric analysis paper. Step number 1, define the aims and scope of the bibliometric analysis study. Let's go back to the next one. Thanks to the scholar, name of the scholar is Ahmad Muhammad. I was just watching his video and I thought it is really helpful for each one of you. Take any bibliometric analysis paper. You will find research objectives or research questions related to this 12 or 10 or 12, whatever they mentioned here. Either you're going to talk about identify the research trends and growth of the knowledge in a particular domain, to identify authorship and its trends in documents on various subjects, to forecast the future publishing trends, to predict productivity of publishers, individual authors, organizations, and countries, to assess research performance in micro level, macro level, meso level, to evaluate the impact of research output, to identify journals with the greatest impact in various research areas, to support applications for promotion, like for example, those are using research papers, definitely is going to be helpful for us to get the promotions, to get the tenures, to get the research grant funds, to identify potential research collaboration and opportunities, to support application for promotion, tenure, and grant funding. Means, for example, I have seen Akanksha has published one paper, okay, and some people wanted to collaborate with her. How they came to know that she published it? Because they are going through her paper and they want to collaborate, they can learn with her, right? And they want to get internship. So one or the other way, one can able to contact looking at their work. Or you can also collaboratively can carry certain research activities with that to enhance the international reputation of research activities. Now, looking at the bibliometric analysis, one can able to see how different kind of collaborations are taking place. For example, if I'm going to publish always with my own university, always my own students, what is going to be there? Nobody comes to know about it. The visibility is very less. But if I'm going to publish with not only my university, if I'm going to publish with other members, if somebody is coming from foreign countries, one can able to see the reputation, and one can also see the visibility. Your article can be visible in different places, right? To identify the areas of research strengths and weaknesses, also one can able to do it, bibliometric analysis. At the end, what I want to say here is that Take any bibliometric analysis paper, research objectives, you'll find it starting 1 to 10. Second point is that it is not mandatory that you have to include all objectives as a part of your research. These are the sum of the objectives. Looking at the type of the journal that you are trying to publish it. Some journals will ask 6,000 words, some journals will ask 8,000 words, right? And you also need to see how much contribution you can make it out, what is the existing research on it. Let me take you to one more research study. Title of the study is Capital Structure of SMEs, Small and Medium Enterprises, a Systematic Literature Review and Bibliometric Analysis. The best part is that this particular scholar used the combination of systematic literature review and bibliometric analysis. Okay. Now look at the objectives. What is the current publication trend in the field of capital structure of SMEs? As a part of Biblioshiny, we are going to have social structure, capital structure. I'm going to show you that various findings, how one can use it Biblioshiny. Who are the most influential authors? What is the author collaboration trend? I just want to understand if I'm talking about environmental law or if I'm talking about sustainable development. I just want to know who are the most influential scholars in this particular area and what kind of collaboration is taking among the authors. Which are the most influential journals in this particular field? Which are the most influential works in this particular field? What is the intellectual structure of research? One is capital structure. Second one is intellectual structure. Third one is social structure. Capital structure, intellectual structure, social structure. As I'm mentioning again, it is not mandatory to include as a part of your research objective all three types of structures. I am interested only to understand intellectual structure. I can keep only one objective of my research work. When it comes to, there are three types of structures as a part of Biblioshiny: capital structure, intellectual structure, social structure. I can go with either completely three structures. I can go with only one of them. It is not compulsory that I have to talk about most influential journals in every paper. So as a researcher, you are going to frame your research objectives based on your interest, based on the research gaps that you have identified it, based on the contribution that you are trying to add. Okay. Last one, what is the most common theme of research flowing among the researchers of this particular field? Let's take, for example, if you are talking about a particular field, from last 30 years it is there, and so much of contribution is there. But you want to know what is the most common theme, people are working on it. Right. So this can be one kind of research objective or research question can be done. Okay. Next one, collect the data for bibliometric analysis. So in order to collect the data for bibliometric analysis, first of all, we should know there are different types of softwares are there. Yesterday we have discussed about voice viewer. This particular software was developed in the year 2010 from Leiden University, as I mentioned it. John was the software. Sorry. Voice viewer was developed in the year 2010, and this particular professor is coming from Leiden University. Similarly, we also have other softwares like Inspire, SiteSpace, Vantage Point, Bibexcel, SkySquare Tool, SkyMat. Now, among all these particular softwares, VoiceViewer is one of the most popular software. SkyMat is another popular software. Bibexcel is another popular software. SiteSpace is another popular software. Okay. Now, each software is having its own unique analysis. You can able to see that each software having meant for certain type of analysis, one can do that. Okay. And this is the name of the people from which university they brought it. Okay. From where they are coming belongs to that. And if you want to explore further about, if you want to get a little bit further information about each software, I request you please go through this particular website. It is going to give you more details about it. At least a little bit information about what is Bibexcel. Bibexcel is another popular software. SkyMat is another popular software as well. Okay. Next one is research methodology. Now, there are good number of softwares are there. You are going to take the call based on type of analysis that you want to carry out. Based on the type of analysis that you want to carry, you are going to choose either one of the software or combination of the softwares. Like for example, I have shown you one paper. This particular scholar for writing bibliometric analysis paper, they have used VoiceViewer, they have used Biblioshiny, they also use Sitespace, right? So one can use the combination of as many softwares as possible. So it depends on your requirement, like this kind of requirement. If you have clarity what exactly you want to do that, one can able to choose the type of the software that you want it. Now, as we are all going to choose Bibliometrics, that is Biblioshiny, we have decided that we are going to use Biblioshiny app. Now, next step is research methodology. How one can carry this particular research. So first thing is we have to use the data. We have to collect the data from various databases. Like for example, as I mentioned in previous class, we have nearly 30 databases like Scopus, Web of Science, Dimensions AI, Lens AI, PubMed. So there are a good number of softwares are available, a good number of databases are available. So first you need to take the call from where you are going to choose the data, from where you are going to collect the data. Once you collect the data, you are going to filter it. Looking at you are going to filter the data like year-wise, whether you are keeping particular time period, whether last 10 years, last 5 years, last 30 years, are you, depends on the type of the paper that you are planning to write. Whether you're choosing a particular journal for reviewing the paper or particular concept. So based on that, you're going to come up with various filters. Okay. Once we decide the filters, once we import the data, and you're going to import this particular data in Biblioshiny, and we are going to carry different type of data analysis, and we are going to come up with the part. Now, very important point. Some of you might be having access to Web of Science. Some of you might be having access to Scopus database. If you are downloading the data from the Scopus, when it comes to using Biblioshiny app, we are going to import the data in the form of BIP text. I'm just repeating again. As we have different types of databases, so based on the type of the database that you're going to use for writing bibliometric analysis paper or for using in Biblioshiny app, if we are going to use Scopus data, we are going to download in the form of BIP text format. In case if you're going to download the data from Web of Science database, we are going to download in the form of plain text format. In case if you're going to download data from the dimensions, it can be CSV format, it can be Excel format. So similarly, we also have PubMed. Similarly, we also have Cochrane, Open, Alex. So these are some of the databases one can use it for using in Biblioshiny app. Okay. Now we are going to start with the various keywords, how one can download the data. The scholars, those are having access to database. I request you to please open your Google or your university website, that is library. This is Scopus interface. Now, I just want you to observe, please, though we have discussed on day 1, but still I want to repeat it once again. There are different ways one can able to use the filters. There are a number of ways one can use the filters. Data filtering part. What are the data filters we have it? We have data filters like you're going to use phrase searching, like for example, more than one word you're going to use it. We are going to put it in inverted commas. One can use the truncation. Truncation is a searching technique used in databases in which placing a symbol at the end of the words means, for example, if you're typing industry, INDUSTRY, right? INDUSTR, I'm not writing Y, I'm not completing the entire word. In place of Y, I'm going to keep either asterisk or question mark or dollar sign. Now, what is going to happen? It is going to select that, it is going to trace the articles wherever there is industries, industrialization. Sorry for. So, this is a plus point of using truncation. Truncation means at the end of the word, we are going to use either asterisk symbol or question mark or dollar sign. Okay. Similarly, we also have another technique, wildcard. Wildcards are symbols placed between words Like for example, we have singular for mostly we usually have singulars and for plural. Like for example, when it comes to the word like American context or British point of view, language point of view, we use wildcard, like women, like women, men. Organization, in place of S, I can use J, right? Similarly, we also have Boolean operators, which we already discussed about it, like R is a Boolean operator, and is a Boolean operator, and not is another Boolean operator. So every technique has its own purpose. So these are the some of the important purposes one can use at the time of using Scopus database, or in general any other database also. Phrase searching, truncation, wildcard, Boolean operators. Now we are going to use one by one, and we'll start working on how one can search the filters, how one can use the filters part. Okay. I'm just using the word. We are going to search the words. Like for example, if I'm typing sustainable development, sustainable development. Now here I'm using more than one word. Just look at the result, what is going to happen. Here I got 5,46,871 articles. The problem with this is that I got good amount of data, but the problem is that wherever there is mentioned sustainable, wherever is mentioned development, it is going to trace the articles, but won't help me. It won't help me at all. So in that case, what we have to do is we have to use, as we are using more than one word, we have to keep it in inverted commas. It is called phrase. It is called phrase. Now you can see that out of 5,46,871 articles, how many articles I'm going to get it? 3,91 articles, 156. Let me narrow down further. And let me put poverty. I'm talking about not only sustainable development. I just want to trace the articles with reference to sustainable development and poverty. It means I'm asking the articles that must consist of both the words, so sustainable development as well as poverty. Out of 3,91,000, the moment I just mentioned poverty means I'm narrowing down my topic. I got around 9,980 articles. Now I just put one more, little bit to more narrow down. Asia. Okay. Asia means I just use combination of three words. 502 documents means more precise, more clear way I'm trying to get the articles. So I'm not going to waste my time. Okay. This is one way of can able to do that part. Okay. Next one. This is called phrase. This is called phrase. Industry. INDUSTRY, industry. I'm just using asterisk symbol. Okay. Let's see how many articles will come. Let me type first industry. Okay. I'm just typing name of the keyword is industry. Look at how many articles we're going to trace it out. 22 lakhs 90,530 articles. 22 lakhs 90,530 articles. Now just look at here right now. Asterisk symbol. 22 lakhs 90,000. Just imagine that 23 lakhs right now. Okay. 36 lakhs 47,000. I hope you're able to understand what is meant by phrase, what is truncation, what is wildcard, and what are the Boolean operators we have it. Okay. So this is all about how one can use various keywords, right? Now let me go back to the database. sustainable. Okay. We got 5,000 5,500 articles. We got it. Now we got around 757 articles. We got it. Okay. We got 757 articles. We got it. Now we are going to download it. Filter, I'm just taking all the filters. I mean, time frame. I'm not putting any limitations. Otherwise, I'm not putting any limitations. Subject wise, as we are going to deal with the bibliometric data, not content of the paper, I'm not putting any limitations subject wise. I'm just repeating again. Here, I'm not keeping any limitations with reference to the subject wise, as I'm going to deal with the bibliographic data. As I'm not going to deal with the content of the paper, I'm not limiting myself. Documents, I'm not limiting myself. I'm going to select all types of documents. Okay. I can choose all types of publication stages. Keywords, I'm choosing all. Affiliations, I'm choosing all. Countries, I'm choosing all. And journals, if you want to specifically want to look at only journal wise, you can select the journals, or you can go with all the, as you are dealing with the bibliometric data, you don't need to limit itself. Okay. Language, I think I can put the limit. I may not be able to read the keywords, other keywords, right? So there is a reason I'm just keeping the limit with the language. Just click on the limit to. Select all. Bib text. As I mentioned it, we have to download the data in the form of bib text. We have to download the data in the form of bib text. Yesterday, we have downloaded data in the form of CSV format for using in VoiceViewer. Whereas when it comes to importing the data in the form of Biblioshiny, one has to download in the form of bib text. We have a couple of options are available. Okay, bib text. And you're going to select just like SLR, just like bibliometric analysis for VoiceViewer, all the sections that you're going to select it, including reference part. So this is the most common data citation that you're going to select it. Okay, just click on export. Just click on export, and you will be able to see that this particular data is exporting from Scopus database. Okay. Just look at my PPT. So we have collected data from the Scopus database. And once we collect the data from the Scopus database, one has to go for filter like this. So we have identified number of the records as on the date, like not only month. When it comes to bibliometric, we are also keeping the date on which day, the number of records that you identified it. Number of records following removal of duplicates. In case if you're collecting data from Scopus and Web of Science, two databases, and you can also see is there any duplicates. Okay. Even there is a possibility that within Scopus database, there is a possibility that you may get it duplication. So it's always better to check the duplicates and you can remove it. And overall screened documents. And you can also remove the screens by year wise, like documented article wise, right? So if you have any social science or humanities management, if you want to, that way also one can able to filter the data. That way also one can able to filter the data set. Now coming to the data analysis part. We are going to have a number of options as a part of Biblioshiny. Yesterday, we have discussed about co-authorship, co-citation analysis, co-occurrence, bibliographic coupling. But when it comes to the Biblioshiny, we have options like conceptual structure, intellectual structure, social structure. When I talk about conceptual structure, we are basically dealing with the keywords that are emerging from the title of your reference. And you're also looking at the words that are coming from the abstract. Okay. So one can able to look at the keywords, look at the words coming from the title of the paper, and also look at the abstract words. One can able to come up with network analysis, factorial analysis, like conformatory factor analysis. Also, one can do that. Thematic maps, how themes are emerging it from last 20 years, last 10 years, how themes are evolved, right? For example, if you're talking about climate change, who was the first scholar started talking about climate change? Okay, based on the time period, based on the filters that they are given it, one can able to come up with evaluation of this particular domain. One can able to talk about evolution of particular domain from this particular date to this particular time. One can able to talk about it, and you can also come up with certain modelings. You know how concepts are developed, emerging. One can able to come up with different kind of analysis. If your purpose, if your research objective is network analysis, thematic development, thematic evaluation, one can able to frame conceptual structure, as I mentioned in our research objectives, framing research objectives. One can able to do that. Second one, intellectual structure. For example, if you want to see the citation in terms of who are the scholars are getting these references, who are the scholars are getting citations, which journal is getting highest number of citations, which author is getting high number of citations, which author is having high number of publications. So one can also prepare histograph and can also network analysis. Second one is collaboration, like in terms of institution to institution, journal wise, otherwise. So this is called social structure. Okay, this is called social structure. So one can able to do it collaboration network with the help of Biblioshiny. When you're dealing with the structure, one can able to prepare conceptual structure. One can able to look at the intellectual structure. This particular slide is going to help you when it comes to using Biblioshiny app. Okay, you might be seeing the list of the options that are available, but that time you may not be knowing what is conceptual. The main objective that I brought it for you, so that you can able to understand as a part of conceptual structure what type of analysis one can carry out, what is the purpose of conceptual structure. Similarly, other types of analysis. Similarly, we also have other metrics, like by using journals. By looking at a journal, I can able to talk about citation index. I can able to talk about journal dynamics, most relevant journals, right? Productivity of the journals, productivity of the contributors, their citation score, country wise, university wise, author wise, collaboration wise, and I can also see the document wise. If you're looking at only journal, source means journal. Source means a document, different type of documents, especially journal. Document, it includes not only journal, it also includes book reviews, conference proceedings, book chapters, book reviews. Everything comes from here. Okay, what are the most cited documents? Right, so one can able to do it different kind of analysis, and best part is that as a part of Biblioshiny app, one can able to get the main data. For example, the data that I imported from the Scopus or Web of Science, how many entries we have it, what is the starting year of the publication, what is the last year of the publication, what is the annual productivity of the scholars, what is the citation score, total citation score, annual citations, everything will get it in main data. I'll show you that. Annual scientific production also one can able to see that. So these are the some of the analysis can be carried out. Only one point that I want to conclude with this particular slide is that it is not mandatory to include all types of analysis in a single paper. If you are going to do PhD thesis, you can think of including every concept, but otherwise you can take one concept from here, remaining 2-3 concepts from here, or write one paper, right? If you're writing PhD thesis, then you think of including every component of Biblioshiny app. Okay. So this is a complete full picture of Biblioshiny app. We are having around 10 important features. Like we are going to get the complete data. We are going to see the filters. We are going to have main features, main information, sources wise, otherwise, document wise, clusters, cluster analysis also one can do it, conceptual structure, intellectual structure, social structure. Whatever I mentioned here, same thing is reflected in other diagrammic representation. Okay. So this is basic functions. These are the basic functions of Biblioshiny app. We are going to discuss few concepts like co-citation analysis. Co-citation analysis. This method identifies the clusters of highly cited documents and can be used to identify emerging research areas. So that is one important objective of the co-citation analysis. Bibliographic coupling. Bibliographic coupling. I'll show you the small chart sometime. This method identifies the pairs of documents that share a large number of common references. For example, myself, I'm author A and author B. Who are the scholars are citing author A work and author B work together. Similarly, author A and author B referring C, D, E work, right? So similarly, one can able to see is called bibliographic coupling. Co-authorship analysis. This method identifies the pairs of authors who have co-authored documents and can be used to identify collaboration networks by country-wise, university-wise. One can able to see the collaboration networks. Co-word analysis that I mentioned already. One can able to see the based on the concepts or themes coming from the title or keywords, other keywords, abstract point of view. Based on that, you can come up with conceptual structures. Okay. And we are also going to deal with some of the important stuffs here. Those are interested, you can go through this particular slide. Okay. Like for example, I10 index. I10 index means the number of publications with at least 10 citations. The I10 index means the number of publications with at least 10 citations. Means, for example, a researcher has 20 publications. A researcher has 20 publications. 7 of these 20 publications have cited at least 10 times. I'm just repeating again. Researcher has 20 publications, but 7 of his publications, her publication have 10 citations, have been cited 10, at least 10 times. This is called I10 score. I10 index is 7. Okay. H index. Number of papers published cited at least number of times. For example, this particular scholar have 23 publications and 16 of publication hangs at least 16 times. 16 publications have been cited at least 16 times. This is called H index is 16. Similarly, we also have G index. Is not required for you to remember everything, but if you want to include as a part of your research objective research questions, as I'm going to share these particular slides after completion of this entire workshop, please go through these particular slides. Definitely is going to help you for writing it. Lastly, before going to install Bibliometrics app, Biblioshiny app, there are two laws, Lotka laws and Bradford's law. Lotka's law basically talks about productivity of authors. How many researchers have written 1 to 3 articles? Means basically you're talking about the authors, what is their annual productivity? We are going to look at it with the help of the data. Bradford's law basically talks about scatter of the articles of a given subject over the year. You're looking at the journals and you're looking at in this particular journal how articles are produced. Okay. One is talking about the author point of view. There is a researcher's point of view. Second one is talking from the journal's point of view. Okay. Please open your Biblioshiny app. Please open your Biblioshiny. Those already opened it, well and good. Now, for opening the RStudio, just keep your cursor near search engine. Just keep your cursor near search engine. Type RStudio. Type RStudio. As you can see my screen at the bottom, I just typed RS and it's showing the app that is RStudio. You are not going to open this particular app. Whatever is there on the desktop, we are going to open the RStudio. This one we are going to open it. Just click on this particular app, double click on it. Just double click on this. Just open the RStudio. Now you can able to see that RStudio requires an existing installation R. Okay. You can use my 64-bit. Okay. I hope all of you must have opened this particular software. Are you there with me right now till this particular stage, everyone? Yes, no? I hope you are there with me till this particular stage. Yes. Now, as I have already given you some details, I already copied it in my YouTube instruction video also. I already copied my instruction YouTube video also. We are going to type first thing, install.packages. We are going to type in your RStudio, install. You can type one by one slowly, okay, so that it will start giving you some hints. Right now, I just mentioned inst. It is showing the install packages. It's showing the install packages. So I don't need to type completely. Only thing is you should know which one you have to choose it. Okay. Right now I have typed inst. So it's going to give me the list of the options. So I want to type install packages. So just select this particular option. Now install dot packages, and is already open parenthesis button. Now within the parenthesis button, just keep inverted commas, double inverted commas. Please keep double inverted commas and keep your cursor between the inverted commas, that is middle of the inverted commas, and type Bibliometrix. Type Bibliometrix. If somebody want, you can open my YouTube video. I have given the instructions. I have copied. You can easily copy it. Bibliometrix. You can type Bibliometrix. Please check with the spelling mistakes. There is a possibility that we may commit one or two mistakes while typing. Please check the spelling mistakes. Bibliometrix. Biblio, Bibliometrix. Bibliometrix. Okay. Keep your cursor outside. Keep your cursor outside of the parenthesis button. Somebody asking about instructions. I have already given the instructions. Please check the video. Okay. Under the video, I have given the instructions to you all. Otherwise, still wait the session. I'll send it to once again to you all. Now, after typing it, install packages, Bibliometrix. Just keep your cursor outside the parenthesis. Just click enter. Just click enter. Just click enter. After typing Bibliometrix within the inverted commas, keep your cursor outside of the parenthesis. Just click on enter. Now, next one. Next one. This time we are going to type library. This time we are going to type library. Bibliometrix. Type library. You can write 4 letters. And you got it first option. Library. This time, as a part of parenthesis, within the parenthesis, we are going to type Bibliometrix, but we are not going to keep any inverted commas. We are simply going to write Bibliometrix. You are simply going to write Bibliometrix. Biblio. As you can see here, we already got it, Bibliometrix. Okay. After typing library, within the brackets, within the parenthesis button, just type Bibliometrix. Just keep your cursor outside of the parenthesis. Just keep your cursor outside of the parenthesis and just click on enter. Just click on enter and wait for a few seconds. Wait for a few seconds. For some of you, it may take lengthy. For some of you, it may give a very brief information. Next time, lastly, we are going to type Biblioshiny as it is giving. To start with the Biblioshiny app, please visit Biblioshiny. We are going to type as it is here. It is given here, Biblioshiny. Biblioshiny. As it is, you are going to type Biblioshiny. I hope you are there with me. I hope you are there with me. Yes, no. So far, you are able to go ahead with that, everything, right? Just keep your cursor outside the parenthesis button. Just click on enter. Just click on enter. Those who got the error, you can try with the same command of commands. You You can try the same kind of commands and you will be able to see the installation of the application. You can able to see the installation of the application, right? I hope you are there with me, everyone. I hope you are there with me, everyone, right? Now, this is the Bibliometrix application, right? This is the Bibliometric application. We got it. Now, left side, if you look at it, left side, if you look at it here, we have a couple of options are here, like information, and is not going to be helpful for us. First, we need to import the data. What are the data that we have exported from Scopus database? We are going to import in Biblioshiny app. So in order to import the data, just click on the data here. Just click on the data here, and you can able to see import. You can able to see import. Just click on the import. Just click on the import. Right side, we have options. Right side, we have options. We are going to import raw files. We are going to import the raw files. Select the option raw files, and database. You are importing. There are a couple of options are available like Web of Science, Scopus, Dimensions, but our data is Scopus database. So select the Scopus database. Select the Scopus database. Right now, we're not giving any name, other format, anything. Okay. So we have selected import raw files. We have selected Scopus database based on the data that we have. Now we need to choose the file. In order to choose the file, just click on the browse. Just click on the browse and select the file that you have saved it on your desktop. Have shared one particular file on your WhatsApp group. I believe that each one of you must have downloaded the data particular file, right? I believe you must have downloaded the particular file. Name of the file is Scopus Innovation. Scopus Innovation. It is a BibText format. In Biblioshiny from Scopus database, we have downloaded in the form of BibText format. Okay, just click on open. Click on open and upload complete. Now just click on start. Just click on start. One of our colleagues was saying that it is showing some error. Let me check it out. In case we are finding any error, I'll share the new data set. As you can see that it is in progress. It is taking some time. It's converting the entire data. Yes, we got it. I don't know who was our friend. Someone was saying that they got error. Please check it out. I'm able to do it successfully. What about others? Please say yes, no. You can show me your thumbs up finger. Yes, no. Are you able to do it? Going on. Yes, is successful. Great. Okay. Now, first one, it is showing the complete data set. It is showing the what type of data we have, everything. Here, we are not going to touch anything here. I hope everybody got the success. Yes, great. Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much. So we have data of 1816 entries we have. Just click on close here. Just click on close. It is showing the actual data of index, author name, all the details we have it. One can able to see the full details, what kind of data that we have imported from the Scopus. Okay. We have 1816 entries we have it. 1816 entries we have it. Now, just come to the API. Before that, come directly to the overview. Please come to the overview. I request all the participants. Please come to the overview. There is option called main information. There is option called main information. Just click on the main information. Now, we have 1816 documents. Time frame from the year 2011 to 2020. We have selected for the last 10 years, or from the year 2011 to 2020. There are I know that we have around 1816 documents, but 1861 documents are coming from 528 journals. 528 journals. Now we have selected theme is innovation. Now in the area of innovation, annually growth in terms of number of contribution for the given time period, 25% means on average annually one can able to see 25% of publications are increasing in the area of innovation point of view. For 1816 articles, 1816 documents, we have 5032 authors, means there are single authors, 317 single authors, and we have co-authors, we have international co-authorship, document average, we have it, average citation for each document, we have it, right? So this is basically giving information about the entire data set that you have exported from the Scopus, right? This is the plot. This is the one kind of diagram. Now I want to see in the form of table. I want to see in the form of table. I can able to see here. If I want to export it, just click on the Excel sheet here. I got it here. I'm just repeating again. If you want to take this particular data, you can print it, you can save it here. Or if you want to take the table, if you want to make certain changes, if you want to create some kind of graph, charts, anything. So what I need data in the form of Excel sheet. For that, just click on the Excel, you will get the data. So what are the plots that you want to create it? What are the diagrams that you want to create it? One can able to use it and you can also save it, right? Next one. Please come to the next option, annual scientific production. Please remember, we cannot discuss all the steps here as a part of the workshop, but we are going to discuss at least one from each. There are 10 different we have. At least one we'll discuss. At least overall around 5 to 7 topics we are going to discuss it. Further, one has to explore this particular website, this particular software, and we have to carry out. Okay. Now, annual scientific production means in the area of innovation, we have selected data from the year 2011 to 2020. Starting from the 2011, how many publications were there? In the year 2011, there are 68 publications. By the time it reached 2020, we got around, in the year 2020, we got 506 publications. Means one can able to see annually how many publications are coming up. If you don't like this particular chart, this particular plot, go to table, just export this particular Excel sheet. And you can make changes in case we are good at, because Excel is having good number of characteristics. Though there might be so many softwares like SPSS, Jamovi, but Excel is having its own features when it comes to preparing the charts. I always prefer Excel sheet. If you want to come out more decoratives, if you want to use more features. So download this particular data in the form of Excel and you can create whatever the manner that you want to create it. Whether you want to keep only top 10, there are also a number of options like top 50 rows. One can able to see top 50 rows also. Okay. And you can get the Excel sheet and can go to the next. That we also can able to see that. Okay. Next one, average citation for year. Year wise, what is the citation for this particular articles we have citation wise? If you're not able to understand it, just go to table. Year wise, how much citation we got it? Year wise, we have number of articles and you can also see mean average citation for year. This is the total citation we have it, average mean citation also we have it year wise. So this can be, as we have discussed about various articles, how various scholars presented the data in the form of various tables, right? Simply as it is, you can copy, you can describe the data. As it is, you can copy the particular table and you can analyze the data, okay? So I think, don't you feel this is one of the easiest way to write the paper? Next one is 3-field plot. 3-field plot. We have, after clicking on it, you may not be able to see here any progress. So you need to click on this particular option here, run the analysis. After choosing the option like a 3-field plot, you need to click on this particular run the analysis. Run the analysis. It will take few seconds, but it will give you the data. Non-comfortable arguments. There is some data error here. Let's go to the next. Okay. Varsha is saying that she's coming. Varsha madam is having some. She got it. Let me check it once again. There is some problem. We'll see later on. Next one, sources. That is journals. Journals, most relevant sources. Most relevant sources. After selecting, again click on this particular run the analysis. Now I got top 10 journals. I got top 10 journals based on the number of publications. You can see here there are Sustainability is a Switzerland journal. Sustainability is the Switzerland journal. It got around 561 articles. Okay. And if you go back to the year of this particular journal, is a very new journal, very young journal. If you go to this particular journal, if you open this particular journal, Sustainability, it is very young and new journal. But if you look at the contribution wise, it got 561 articles. Okay. The next one, Business Strategy and Environment, we got 56. Means nowhere most of the journals are there. Where is 561? Where is 56? Means maximum number of journals, articles are coming from sustainability here. These are the top 10 journals we have it. If you want to get more clarity, for example, if you want to get this particular chart, you can download it. For example, if I click here, it will get in the form of PNG format. As you can see that I open this particular document in the form of PNG format. If I want to download it, there are options. This is called option. I can import in the form of image format. But if I want to prepare any kind of data, any kind of sheet, any kind of tabulations with the help of Excel sheet, you can download it. Either you can present in the form of 10, you can present, right now I have selected 50. I can able to see top 50 journals. Top 50 journals by number of articles wise. Sustainability is having 561 articles. We have last one, it is around 6 articles. So we can able to see that part. Okay. So there are options are available. Please explore these particular options. Next one, Bradford's law means basically you are looking at journal wise how articles are segregated. Bradford's law basically talks about journal wise how articles are segregated. Here I'm not getting any clarity here. So what I will go, I'll go to table. Table gives me more clarity. It is giving ranking. Sustainability journal rank number 1 because it got published 561 articles. And it is also arranging in the form of zone wise, zone 1, zone 2, zone 3. Based on the volume of the articles, it is coming with zone wise, zone 2, zone 3 articles. Okay. Let me take, for example, I'll keep it 50. Now you can able to see zone 1, zone 2. There are only 2 zones, I think. Let me go to the next. Yeah, zone 3 also is there. So based on the volume of the articles, it is coming with zone 1, zone 2, zone 3. Okay. One can able to see that way. Sources, local impact, sources, productivity, production over time. So there are a number of options are there. Sources, production over time means the journal's contribution over the years. Year-wise, how these particular publications are coming up. Journal-wise, okay. It will take some time. So journal-wise, we got, for example, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, top 5 journals. Year-wise, one can able to see that. If you feel, if you're not comfortable, if you're not getting any kind of clarity, just go to table. Just go to the table. Okay, that will help you more in that case. Next one, otherwise, most relevant authors. I want to see top 10 authors or top 20 authors. Okay. After selecting it, just click on the run the analysis. If you're not seeing any result, it means you need to click here. Okay. We have top 10 scholars. We have top 10 scholars. And I want to see this particular scholars annually. Right now we have the name of the scholar is Wang. He is having around 15 publications. But I want to know how frequently he publish it. how frequently he's publishing it. Okay, for that I'll go to author's production over the time. Author's production over the time. Okay, so after clicking, as I'm not seeing the result, just click on the run the analysis. Now you can see here Wang, his first publication, he got first publication in the year 2014. From the 2014 to 2017, he's not hanging publication. He got second publication in the year 2017. And at a time, he got 3 articles. In the 2014, he got, in the year 2014, he got 1 article. And he got break. 2014, 2015, 2016, 2017. Within 2 years, in the year 2017, at a time, he got 3 articles. And look at the citation score, 11.25. For the first article, 9.45. And again, 2019, he got another publication. 2020, he got again 8 publications. In the year 2080, he got 8 publications. And look at the total citations per year, 103, almost like 104. So very significant contribution. I hope you're able to understand what is meant by means. For example, if I know, if I know particular scholar in this particular participants, let's take for example, Anushka, Akanksha is here. I just want to see her annual production over the years, how frequently is publishing the articles. I can able to see that way. I can also go wise, table wise, year wise. I can also download the data, table documents, I can able to get it. So there are a number of options are there. Please explore it, all the options. It is really helpful based on the type of research objectives, research question that you're going to frame it. If you want to import it in the form of PNG, you can able to import it here. Okay. Lotuk's law, it is basically talks about others' point of view. Others' productivity point of view talks about it. Whereas Broadfort's law talks about general wise. Whereas Lotuk's law talks about others' point of view, how other productivity wise. It will take some time. Let me go to the next. Let me go to the table so that we'll get more clarity wise. There are 4,580 others. There are 4,580 others having one single contribution. There are 4,580 articles. There are one scholar is having 11 publications. There is one candidate, there is one scholar, he is having 11 publications. Let me go to the next one. There are 2 scholars, they're having, each one of them having 13 publications. There are scholars who are having 14. There is one candidate, he's having 14 publications. There is one candidate who's having 15 publications. We have seen already this candidate. Wang is the scholar. Sorry, I hope I'm pronouncing it correctly. Wang is the scholar name. He's having 15 publications. This is all about Lotka law. Okay. Next one, university wise, most relevant. Which are the top 10 universities in the area of innovation? So one can able to see that these are the top 10 universities. Based on the number of articles they have published it, one can able to see that universities. Okay. University production over the years. Something happened to my eyes today. Production over the years. We have seen top 10 universities, but also we are looking at it just like otherwise, how each university is publishing it yearly. Not reported. Is there some data problem? Yeah. Look at it here. University wise, how many articles they have it. Next one, countries wise. Who are the top 10 countries from where they belongs to? From where they, okay. Are you enjoying it? Those who are working along with me? Do you feel is it interesting to come up with your research paper? Thank you, Anusha, Professor Amir. Yeah, very easy and very interesting. But only thing is, as a part of the workshop, I'm not able to go in detail step by step. I mean, all the options, but I'm trying to give the holistic features of all the Biblioshiny app. Look at here, number of documents, country-wise, and single partnership, multi-country partnership. Means there are scholars who are single contributors, single author. There are people who are having collaboration with multi-countries as well. Okay. So you can also see the table so that you'll get more clarity wise. Single countries, single country from China, there are 237 papers, multi-country 85 papers. So one can able to see the comparison wise, what kind of collaboration is taking. Okay. Let me go to the document wise. Most global cited, most local cited. Go to the words, frequent words. Sorry. Having some viral infections from today's, so that is the issue. Next one, frequent words. Frequent words means basically we are getting the words from title of the reference, and we are also getting the keywords from the abstract, and we are also getting the words from the other keywords. Okay, based on that, we have sustainable development. It is repeated as a keyword 173 1173 times. Innovation 793. Okay, word cloud. Yesterday we have done it with the help of NVIVO. Today we are doing with the help of Biblioshiny. Sorry, it is not very clear, but I think there is some issue. Are you getting same way, just like me? For me, it is showing different. Anybody can say yes, no? Are you getting same manner? Word cloud. It is not clear, right? Yeah. Next one, tree map. In NVIVO, we have so many features with reference to the word tree. Tree map also we have done yesterday with the help of NVIVO. Same thing can be presented here. Plot wise, table wise. Word frequencies over the time means year wise. Word frequencies over the year wise. How year wise from the year 2011 to 2020, what are the key concepts are coming up? Go to look at here, innovation. In this particular year, how many times it is repeated? Sustainability, how many times it repeated it? Okay, so one can able to see that. Trend topics. For example, if somebody want to do it, how the concepts are emerging, how themes are emerging it. Are emerging from historically. This particular concept is going to help you. Right now, we have given 2011, but if you're not giving any particular time period, no? So you can able to see from historically, from the origin of the concept, who was the first person started talking about sustainability. That will be more interesting to present as a part of your research paper. Look at the table. One can also do it cluster analysis, cluster by coupling. There's some issue with the data. As a part of data analysis, I mentioned about conceptual structure, social structure, right? Just go to the conceptual structure. How concepts are coming up, thematic maps. I think there is some issue with the data. It's not coming up. It's taking a lot of time. I request you please explore it, rest of the features. And this is what for today. Yeah, this is the last one. I'll complete with this. With this particular thematic map, I'm going to conclude it. And this particular map is going to help us to understand. For example, yesterday I mentioned that I used to suggest my PhD scholars go for doing bibliometric analysis. The main reason is that by conducting this kind of map, They are there, but not developed it. Whereas this particular themes, what I was saying here, these are emerging or maybe declining. Means they are not able to cross this particular border. Either these particular topics are just emerging, or people neglecting to, people not giving much importance to that as per the current situation. If you look at the right side bottom, these are the basic themes. These are the basic themes are there, but not popular. Not popular in that case. Means people are not extensively working on it. Whereas top right side, second one is density wise. Density shows about how they emerged, how they developed it. If you look at the left side bottom, this particular concept either emerging or people forget to develop it, forget to talk about it. Means they're not developed. Means very few areas, very few topics are there. So if somebody want to take it, they can able to see. Is it because of somebody, is it emerging topic, or people not having any importance as per the current situation? So you can take the call. Here, niche themes. This particular theme is there as per the centrality wise, but it's not work much. So one can able to see whether you can able to work it or not. Whereas these particular themes are well developed. So this is what all about thematic analysis. Sorry for the issues. This is what we have completed, and as I mentioned it is not possible to cover every characteristic, every feature of Biblioshiny, but I believe we are able to cover majority of the features. Okay, if somebody want it, you can please go through the further reading material articles that I have shared with you all. Okay, I'm just going to open for the question answers. Thank you all for your feedback. Thank you so much. Yes, please. Are there any questions?
Hi, sir.
Yes, please, Professor. Please go ahead.
Sir, first of all, I'm really thankful to you for such a nice workshop. And honestly, before that, I was completely stuck into that area. But today, I feel really so that it's really comfortable and very easy as compared to quantitative research paper. And it gives us a lot of like direction, so we can publish and we can alive a topic with approximately 3 to 5 years. And especially thanks to you, and I'm really hands off to you.